office. For consumer tips, go to arkansasag.gov. Whole Hog Cafe. At Whole Hog Cafe, world champion barbecue is what they do. State Farm. When you want the real deal, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Northwest Health Physicians Specialty Hospital. Go where the Razorbacks go. Delta Pest Control. Put a stop to pesky pets with Delta Pest Control. Ballpark, the official hot dog of the Razorbacks. Roller Funeral Homes. With all our respect. By the Arkansas Scholarship Lottery. Get in the game. The Razorback ticket is here. Core Brewing, the official craft brewery of the Razorbacks. The legendary Catfish Hole Restaurants, proudly serving the best fish, chicken tenders, and hush puppies anywhere in Arkansas. By Advanced Orthopedic Specialists, the official orthopedic and sports medicine provider for the Razorbacks. Your local Toyota dealers. Enter for your chance to win Toyota's Tailgate to Go sweepstakes. Visit ToyotaTailgateToGo.com today. Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. And by Taco Bell. Taco Bell invites you to register for your child ages 8 to 17 to be a Taco Bell ball hog this season. Each game's winner will receive VIP tickets, a Coach Pittman signed ball, and they'll be featured on the video board. For official rules and to enter, go to beaballhog.com. The preceding has been a Learfield IMG College presentation of the Razorback Sports Network.
Welcome to the Hog Reaction Show, the only show where you can give your post-game takes on the air. Call or text 877-377-6963. Our reactions, your reactions, all the reactions start right now.
All right, Arkansas, I don't expect to do much talking for the next couple of hours. Phil Elson here, Matt Smackdown Jenkins with the meat hooks already going. You got reason to be excited. Oh my goodness, what a game this afternoon at Reynolds Razorback Stadium.
Man, it was incredible.
33-21, the second losing streak that Sam Pittman and his coaching staff and this incredible group of players have put to an end. And now you are moving into a bye week with a 2-2 record. The conversation about this football program has changed completely in the last 4 weeks. I mean completely in the last 4 weeks. The Arkansas Razorbacks now no longer talked about as being one of the basement dwellers in the SEC West. The Razorbacks no longer talked about as being not relevant in the SEC West. This team right now, folks, is more than relevant. They're good. They're really good defensively.
Oh,
absolutely incredible.
That defense,
What a performance by the defense, SmackDown. And I don't even really know where to start. 2 pick sixes. You spent a lot of time harassing a previously extremely accurate quarterback in Matt Corral, who'd thrown how many interceptions in the first 3 weeks? 1. You harass him into 6. And a team that had turned the ball over once all year in 3 weeks in the SEC. One of those games against Alabama. Turns it over 7 times. Arkansas's offense scored about as much as the defense did. Grant Morgan, this was a legendary performance. This was one of the games that they'll be talking about for years as far as individual performances go defensively, with 19 tackles and 3 tackles for a loss. The pick 6 at the in the fourth quarter to put the seal on it, and doing it pretty much with one arm. Hudson Clark, the walk-on, with a hat trick of interceptions coming out of nowhere, a guy who does not even have a bio in the game notes. What an incredible – there's so many stories to focus on here, SmackDown. I could ramble on about any number of them. I want to give the phone number again. I want to get your thoughts, too. And so let's have some fun for these next couple of hours on Hog Reaction. 877-377-6963. I'm out of it for just a moment here, SmackDown, so go ahead. What do you think?
Just an incredible performance, and we got phone lines lined up, and I will get to you guys calling here in just a second, but just an incredible defensive performance from this team. And we had talked all previously, Ole Miss only had 1 turnover for the whole year so far, and you get 7 off of here, and the defense just played absolutely astounding football. That be just interceptions. Is there still work to be done if you're the Razorbacks? Absolutely. But if this defense shows up like they did today, like they have against Mississippi State, like they did against Georgia for the first half, whatever you say, for the times that they played well against Auburn, this team is going to win some football games. I mean, you were talking before we went on, Phil. I mean, this team, for lack of better words, they're going to be in every game in some form or fashion. Will they win them all? Maybe not. I don't know. But I genuinely believe this team, now granted, Alabama just went down the field and scored on Georgia. This team could play with Alabama. I genuinely believe that, because if this defense plays that well, you can win some ball games. The offense needs to catch up to where the defense is, but like I said too, for the struggles that the offense had, the special teams looked 100 times better today. You still gave up the fake punt, which was inexcusable, but it's fine. The offense came up big when it needed to. It got first downs when it needed. And it was everything we could ask for here. I'm going to pass it back to you because I've got 4 red-hot phone lines right now.
You've got some lines to talk to here, so we definitely want to get to those calls and texts up until, at the very least, 9:30. If you carry us further than that, we'll take you up till 10 o'clock. So it's up to you how long we are reacting to Arkansas 33, Ole Miss 21. And obviously you always have something you got to work on. We got 2 weeks to talk about that sort of stuff. Let's enjoy this night. Let's enjoy this day, Razorback Nation, after 20 consecutive SEC losses, after it was, 4 years since the last game that Arkansas won in the SEC at Reynolds Razorback Stadium. For anything that you're talking about with needing to improve upon this or that, let's save that stuff till Monday, right? Let's have some fun for the next couple of hours and just enjoy that you got a good football team here in Arkansas. So let's go to those phones first. And who is first up? You'd already called in before we went on the air.
Say,
so
you got
to go to him first. It's Eddie in Clarksville. Eddie, have at it, man. How you feeling?
Well, as they say, let it rip. What a win in this program tonight. I'm so proud of this team. I'm so proud of these coaches. I'm so happy for the whole nation and for the whole state. You know, I called in Friday morning, and I've called in Friday afternoon, and I was calling for this win. I said the streak at home losing to SEC opponents is over, and I called for it. And how you beat one of the most prolific offenses in the country? Well, you got to make Matt Corral eat dirt. And he's got a biggie so far up his nose, you're stepping on his nose hairs. And that's what happened tonight. If you'll allow me, gentlemen, you know, this is a great win. I've been part of over 4 decades. 1971 in the Rock, I was 6 years old. We beat the Longhorns 31-7 that day. The 1978 Orange Bowl. And tonight, 2007 in Baton Rouge, I watched one of the greatest performances by any player I ever witnessed in my life at number 5. And tonight, we made a statement that the whole train's back. And, I mean, I'm so happy. I'm giving out defensive Hope Delilah Awards to every member on that defense. I'm giving out Hope Delilah Awards to the fan base. I'm giving out Hope Delight Awards to Coach Barry Odom. I'm giving out Hope Delight Awards to Coach Papa Hog Pittman. Congratulations to you, sir. And when you talk about where we could be at this point, we should be 3-1 and the toughest schedule in the country. Imagine this Hog fans face tonight. When I talk about the Hog train, are you aboard? All aboard. Did you hear the whistle blowing? Because I hear it blowing more in the future. It's not over yet. We're just getting the Hog train rolling. And before I end tonight, I know you got other callers. Tonight, it's my 5-year anniversary to my wife, Lindsay. And this old gal, she puts up with my ranch. She puts up, with my paraphernalia all over the house. And sometimes, certainly, I need help. But tonight, you'll understand what Eddie Compulso means about the Hog train and Hog Delight, because we just fed the Rebels, Ole Miss, a dose of it, 3 Thank you for taking my call.
That's wonderful. I think we can all identify.
Wow.
With Mrs. Eddie from Clarksville.
What?
Well said,
happy
Eddie.
anniversary to you guys.
Happy anniversary. Absolutely. Some
Wow.
delight on your anniversary. More people on the lines that want to that talk about this exciting day.
I dare them to top Eddie's excitement.
Hey, you don't have to try to top him. You just got to give us what you think and have some fun with this. William in Jonesboro, you're on Hog Reaction. Go for it.
I mean, seriously, how do you follow Eddie from Clarksville?
Well, somebody
Eddie,
had to.
You are great, man. I love Eddie from Clarksville. He has the energy. He has the tenacity. He is awesome. I absolutely love hearing Eddie from Clarksville. I know there are a lot of people out there that do not like Eddie from Clarksville. He yells a lot. I mean, come on, man.
Well, who didn't
What
do a lot
are
of
you
yelling
gonna do?
today? We all did lots of yelling
awesome.
today, William.
I love it.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, Eddie, happy anniversary, buddy. Happy anniversary. I love it. This is awesome. You got to celebrate the win. You have to celebrate the win. I told Ty at halftime. Ty came on the air, did a halftime show, and I said, Ty, the team looks great. I said, but they have to come out with the same tenacity. They have to come out with the same energy on defense. And what did they do? They did exactly what I said. They came out with the same tenacity. They came out with the same energy. They didn't do it on the first drive, of course. Ole Miss got down there. They got down on the 1. But what did they do? They did it again. 4th and 1, and you stop them. That is
Twice.
Perry Odom. I mean, dude, you cannot deny. Okay, here's my take. And I'm saying this right now. I'm calling it right now. Barry Odom, Broyles Award winner.
He's on the
Hudson
short
Clark.
list right now. I don't think there's any doubt
Broyles
about
worth
that.
the winner.
Hey, Willie,
Broyles worth the winner. Hudson Clark.
You already have media members across the SEC talking that Barry Odom is already on the short list for the Broyles Award, and that Sam Pittman is already the SEC Coach of the Year. 4 games in. I mean, these are people with votes for these awards.
But
So
let's talk about Hudson Clark. Let's talk about Hudson Clark. That guy right there. 3. Was it 2 or 3? I think it was 3.
Yeah, he had 3. He had 3.
3.
3 interceptions.
Yeah, 3 interceptions. The dude is the Burlsworth winner. Burlsworth Award winner. That is 2 Arkansas named awards going to Arkansas coach and a player. You cannot deny that, man. That is awesome. That is great. The guy has come in and taken over that spot, and kudos to the guy. Monteric Brown is out. Sam Pittman said, next man up. And what do we have? We have next man up on this defense and offense, actually. I mean, the offense has been, it's been kind of struggling. But it has still done enough to get us the win. We got the win last week. We got the win last week. I can't say enough about the team last week. We lost on the scoreboard. We lost because of a technicality, but we won. They
obviously put that behind
right
them
now.
For it, and we appreciate the call, William. Thanks a lot for a team that some folks worried they might have trouble putting that behind them 1 week later. I don't think they thought about that Auburn game one bit. Here, you want to know an amazing statistic here?
Yes, let's hear it.
6 interceptions by Arkansas tonight. 6 interceptions all of 2019.
That's insane. It's insanity.
That is insane. Hudson Clark had half the total of interceptions for all of last year's team today himself. Goodness gracious. 877-377-6963. We are reacting to Arkansas now, 2-2. I know you want to say 3-1. We can't really do that. 33-21 final score. They're 2-2 heading into the bye week. One more call before we take a break. It's Prib in Lamar. Hi, Prib. You're on Hog Reaction. How are you?
I'm good. Hey, it's Chris in Lamar.
My bad.
I just want to say we'll pick Stewie, and we got to lock Barry Oldham up. That guy cannot go anywhere. And how great is it to see these guys playing like this and they're just playing unbelievable. And I believe I heard the announcers on the TV say that we had the best defense in the SEC. So all the other teams, Alabama gets you some of that. We'll pick Stewie. Go Hogs.
Appreciate that call. Thanks so much. And I can only just say the name that's typed on there. So, hey, Georgia, Arkansas, Kentucky might be the three defenses you're looking at right now as the best overall in the SEC. And through 4 weeks, that's enough of a sample to have an idea who really are the best defenses in the SEC. I'd put Arkansas right now up amongst the top three.
You'd almost have to. I mean, you've had two of the most, what we thought in the preseason and heading into this week, two of the most explosive offenses that we thought would be in the SEC. And at to this point, Mississippi State and Ole Miss. And what did Arkansas do? They shut down both of those offenses and maybe not necessarily shut them down. That may be a stretch, but you contained them. When you played Mississippi State, they threw for almost 700 yards against LSU. You hold them to sub 300. You hold them to sub 400. When you do the same thing with Ole Miss, they had like 700 yards offense against Alabama. You hold them sub 400. It's incredible what this defense is able to do.
I'd have to put Arkansas ahead of Kentucky's defense now. I mean, this is the same Ole Miss team that scored 42 points against Kentucky and had no trouble going up and down the field and really just won that game partially because Kentucky couldn't convert a point after in the first overtime. I'd put Arkansas's defense right there with Georgia right now as the two best defenses in all of the SEC. Amazing. All right, one more call before we go to the break.
Okay.
And let's go to Zach in Paragould, who's been on hold for a while. Hi, Zach. You're on Hog Reaction.
How about them damn hogs,
yes,
boys?
sir, boy.
That's right. How about that?
Hey, like that last caller, we need to lock Odom in. All right? He don't need to go nowhere. This is the best damn defense I've seen in years. I'm sick and tired of going to work on Monday morning and everybody saying, hey, how about them hogs getting their ass whooped? Hey, lock him down. That's all I got, boys. Woo,
right,
big suey.
Heck yeah, my friend.
That,
Thanks
Zach.
for the call.
I tell you what, I think it 4 games into this, and who knows how long, but it might be a little difficult to keep Barry Odom in Fayetteville because there might be some other schools that are looking at him as a head coach. He's already had some success as a head coach, enough in the SEC to get a look. And when you're looking at what he's done with this defense, somebody's going to look at him as a head coach, I would think. If not after this year, after the next season, no doubt, if they continue to improve. All right, let's take a break. 877-377-6963 on a Hog Reaction. Calls and texts at least up until 9:30. And on this rate, we might be on the air until Monday morning. Stay tuned. Right back after this.
This is Hog Football Reaction. Streaming live now from hitthatline.com.
Randall Ford is excited to announce their state-of-the-art mobile service van, stocked with all the latest tools and technology needed to service your vehicle. Everything from oil changes, warranty repair, battery, software updates, brake jobs, and so much more. All is done with your convenience and safety in mind. We'll come to your office or home to provide professional service the Randall Ford way. Stop by today at Randall Ford, 5500 Rogers Avenue, or check us out online 24/7, randallford.com. Ford, the #1 selling brand in America.
My husband, Alex Hussey, was hit by an IED in Afghanistan.
I was playing man in foot patrol, and I stopped on the bomb. Lost my legs and left hand in an explosion.
DAV helps veterans of every generation to get the benefits they've earned.
To see Alex learning to snow ski, that's life-changing.
With the right support, more veterans can reach victories great and small.
This has meant so much. Thank you, DAV.
Support more victories for veterans. Go to DAV.org.
What happened to paying one price and getting everything included? You buy an airline ticket and pay extra to bring a change of clothes, book a hotel room, and you're shelling out for Wi-Fi and overpriced bottled water. Really? Imagine my delight when I found out roadside assistance is now included with my shelter insurance auto policy. So if I get a flat tire or need a jump, I just call and they take care of me. There's no additional cost, but some restrictions apply.
Ask shelter agents Brandon Zimmerman or Chris Dooley about a free insurance review.
Attention Arkansas Valley Electric Cooperative members. Do you need a better internet provider? One who treats you like a member and not a number? Then check out our new fiber internet services from Wave Rural Connect. We are bringing state-of-the-art, high-speed fiber, internet, TV, and phone services right into your home. If you are an Arkansas Valley Electric Cooperative member, go to waveruralconnect.com to sign up. That's waveruralconnect.com or call 1-833-4WAVE-RC. Arkansas Valley Electric Cooperative and Wave Rural Connect, changing the communities we serve.
Miss Anna's on Tassin is quickly becoming one of Fort Smith's favorite haunts. We're now serving breakfast from 6 a.m. to 10:30 a.m. 7 days a week. Blue Plate specials served Monday through Friday. And don't forget about 99-cent Pie Tuesday. So whether you're craving some of our great kickin' chicken or one of our world-famous desserts, Miss Anna's is the place to be. 5001 Towson Avenue in Fort Smith, 649-6300. That's 649-6300.
This is Brett Good, former Razorback and Super Bowl champion with the Green Bay Packers. Everyone loves to be on a winning team. That is why I have joined Henderson Phillips Employer Solutions. Henderson Phillips can help you tackle all your employee benefit, health insurance, and staffing management solutions. Plus, I can help you with any commercial or personal insurance need. Come join my team at Henderson Phillips. Call me, Brett Good, at 479-651-2292. That's 651-2292.
Metal Mart offers high-quality prefabricated metal buildings, metal roofing, custom trim shop, carports, and more. They strive to be a company where contractors as well as do-it-yourselfers are welcome. Metal Mart assists you in calculating the materials needed to complete your project, all at a rate you can afford. Stop by 7320 Highway 271 South in Fort Smith or call 648-3342. You can also catch them online at metalmarts.com. Metal Mart, the right material for the right price.
When you've escaped the screens and the sun bathes everything in a golden glow, and your friend hands you a cold organic beer that tastes as perfect as nature itself, that's pure gold. Michelob Ultra Pure Gold, the first national USDA certified organic beer. Organic by nature. Enjoy responsibly. 2020 Anheuser-Busch Michelob Ultra Pure Gold, St. Louis, Missouri.
Come on into Buffalo Wild Wings and try our new fan favorites, featuring our new cauliflower wings paired with our mouth-watering Zing Zang sauce. While you're here, reward yourself with Buffalo Wild Wings' new daily trivia while enjoying our fan favorite smoked brisket burger or southern chicken sandwich. Let your taste buds win and come on in to Buffalo Wild Wings, the best and only place to watch college football and the NFL. Celebrate your fantasy team winning on our wall-to-wall TVs. Locations in Little Rock, Fort Smith, Sherwood, Jonesboro, and Conway. Buffalo Wild Wings. Roar!
Van Alma Tire Center between Van Buren and Alma is your one-stop tire and auto center. They offer all the name brand and private label tires for your car, truck, four-wheel drive, semi-trucks, and trailers. Plus, they have lawn and garden tires, too. They do everything from oil changes, alignments for your two- or four-wheel drive vehicles to brakes and suspension replacement. And CV axles and bearings, too. All this at Van Alma Tire Center, 6805 Alma Highway, 5 miles east of Van Buren, 2 miles west of Alma.
ESPN 95.3. You're listening to Hog Reaction. Our special Razorback postgame coverage is presented by Bud Light.
Just inside the 25. Corral, off play action. He's got to let loose. He does, and it is intercepted. Hudson Clark again inside the 45. They'll force him out of bounds down near the Ole Miss 30. Arkansas is going to win this football game. 3 picks for Hudson Clark. How about that on a homecoming Saturday?
Man, I tell you what. Can I tell you
Good
right now,
Lord.
if you go to Hudson Clark's page on the Arkansas Razorback roster page online, okay, at arkansasrazorbacks.com, on his bio page right now, and I'm not kidding, somebody must have just done this, for his 2020 season, it says, declared Fayetteville a no-fly zone. I'm not kidding. I'm about to tweet this, but we got to go to some phone calls.
I'll take
That's brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Let's go to John in Florida. Hey, John, you're on Hog Reaction, and apparently Fayetteville is a no-fly zone thanks to Hudson Clark.
Oh, yeah. Who would believe it?
John, what'd you think of
You
that
hear
game,
me,
my
Phil?
friend?
You hear me, Phil?
Yeah, we can hear you, my man.
Yeah, we got you. We got you.
Okay, so I don't miss halftime because I listen to you on the Razorback Baseball podcast. But I'm a huge Razorback fan. I live in Cocoa, Florida. I'm about a few miles from Rockledge where Raheem Sanders plays, and I'm going to watch him in a couple weeks when they play Cocoa. Very excited about that, but I cannot believe the difference a coaching staff makes in a team that takes second team, third string, walk-ons, and just puts them in positions to succeed. What about Hudson Clark?
Did anybody know who Hudson Clark was before the second week of the season?
I had no idea. Buried down in the depth chart, I guess.
You know who he is now. Redshirt freshman out of Highland Park High School in Dallas, Texas. Seem to remember some other recruits that went there, too, that didn't make it here.
And according to the quarterback of the last team, thank goodness for Chad Morris, for making this Razorback team a winner, right?
Hey, remind me, did Auburn win today, or did they lose?
Yeah, I was about to say that. The Razorback fans, you had your dream day. Auburn lost, and Arkansas wins an SEC game.
Oh, Arkansas won last week.
Yeah, that's a sensitive subject, but I'll just enjoy what we got going right here, my friend. But I hear you on that.
It's not sensitive. We all know. Everybody knows.
Well, you have to be a little bit now. You can't help but look at the idea of, gosh, this team actually should be 3-1.
Yeah, I was going to say,
what would that mean for the idea of being in the race for a division lead at some point?
Easy now.
Wow, that's what it would have meant.
It could happen.
If it damn well
could happen.
Thanks for the call, John.
Thank you very much for doing that, John. Thank you. 877-377-6963. Next up is Jeff in Fayetteville. Hi, Jeff. You're on Hog Reaction.
Jeff, you there, my friend?
Sounds like Jeff has been celebrating a little bit. Hi, Jeff. One more try. You're on Hog Reaction. All right, we can't go Jeff, with that. Let's try Scott in Fort Smith. Hey, Scott, you are on Hog Reaction. Are you there?
Oh, yeah, I'm here.
Okay, good.
I haven't had more confidence in anything than I had in the Razorback defense tonight. It was wild. I mean, anytime we were on defense, I had no doubt we were going to stop. And at one point, I thought we were going to get a pick every drive, honestly. But when it came on offense, that's when I got nervous. Whenever we were down 5 points, whenever that spread got that down there, Rakeem Boyd dropped that pass in the flat. So as much as first off, but before I say this, I'm celebrating with Razorback Nation tonight. But moving forward, what are your thoughts on what needs to happen on offense? Felipe Franks seems to be hesitating just a couple seconds, and that's causing some plays to just get dismembered. So what are your thoughts on what we need to do on offense to seal up this team as a...
Well, I think Felipe Franks, Scott, and thanks for the call, I think Felipe Franks has been what he's expected to be. Sometimes a steadying force, sometimes, the throw is a little offline or makes a decision of where he's going to go with the ball that makes you scratch your head a little bit, but the guy also makes some plays. You're not going to get over 300 yards every game from Felipe Franks. He did run the ball quite a bit. 14 rushes, only sacked 3 times, so quite a few designed runs for the quarterback. He got hit a lot today. He and Traylon Burks certainly seemed like they had something working out. We haven't even mentioned the catch by Burks in the corner of the end zone. Is that the catch of the year so far in college football?
It's got to be up there in the top 10 of it. And that was a beautiful – you can't get much better than that. I've got some buddies in here that are with me watch us do the show right now, but we were in my apartment watching it. And for a split second, you're like, oh, he didn't get it down. And then a one-handed grab, corner of the end zone. You bring it up here. Let's see if I can get this pulled up real quick right here. Yeah, right here. Here's the play that we're discussing right here.
Franks, he's going to throw into the back of the end zone. Burks is there. He caught it. Did he get a foot down? No signal yet. Touchdown, Arkansas!
It was just, you couldn't have done it any better. And those guys practice. One hand, they practice this crap on during the pregame.
1 foot, falling down at the same time, looked like a ballet dancer. Just an amazing play in so many ways. All right, back to the phones, 877-377-6963. Reacting to Arkansas 33, Ole Miss 21. Next up, go to Van Buren. Hello, Gentry. You're on Hog Reaction.
I just wanted to say we finally closed out a game in the fourth quarter, right?
Yeah, you did. Were you a little nervous, though, when Ole Miss has the ball? 3.5 minutes left. They've been moving it, but hey, Grant Morgan comes out like Superman.
Yes, and we beat both the flashy coaches that they hired.
That's right. So much for did everybody enjoy the shots of Lane Kiffin staring down to the ground? You couldn't see the frown on his face because of the mask, but I'm sure it was there.
Can we also give a shout out to the Razorback football Twitter account? Did you see this, guys? They put a picture of the Lane train, and it was the old school train cartoon. I'm blanking on the name right now. The old school train cartoon, like the kids will watch. And it's got the Ole Miss logo on. I'll need to find this on Twitter, but if you want to get
Thomas the Train Engine.
Thomas the Train, yes, that's the one right
now,
there.
So now they've wrecked the pirate ship and had to force Mississippi State to do away with the stupid bandwagon thing.
Yep.
Now the Lane train has been run off the rails. What's next?
Gig 'em.
What's next? Maybe ending a 7-year losing streak to Texas A&M. Gentry, appreciate the phone call. Thanks a lot for
right before we let him.
man.
Right before we got to let him go, he said a Halloween upset down in College Station. I couldn't agree more with him.
Wouldn't that be nice? Wouldn't that be nice? Would it be as much of an upset as you would have thought it would have been, like even 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago?
To me, it'll still be an upset to me, but it all depends too if Arkansas have those 2 little digits next to their name on the scorecard when you watch it on TV. Which that's someone we've had a lot of text messages in here. We've had a lot of comments on our Facebook and YouTube page. And we've had several people ask, will this team be ranked come next week? Bradford and Van Buren says he agrees. He thinks we should be ranked. We had several people there. Phil, should this team be ranked heading into next week?
Oh, well, I mean, you got to vote in the coaches poll last week, right? You're going to get more.
Yeah. I don't know if I'm
surprised. I wouldn't be surprised, especially considering the idea in a lot of people's minds. It's not an idea in people's minds because Arkansas got screwed in the Auburn game and should have ended up the winner. Of course, I think you will end up with more votes than most 2-2 teams get. So will they be ranked top 25? I don't know. I don't know if you'll be in the top 25. You will be in the RV category
and get a lot more receiving votes from where you have been. Absolutely,
that's exactly right. All right, we're planning on taking you right up until at least 9:30.
At this rate, we might be, like you said, we might be going for a while here.
That's exactly right. Do we have a hard break here, or can we take
more
calls?
Going. No, keep going.
All right, more phone calls here. 877-377-6963. We'll also read some texts when we get to it. Let's go to Cody in Bentonville. Hey, Cody, I know you're happy. How are you?
Oh, yes, sir.
That's our first Ric Flair of the night.
Yes, sir. Ric Flair drip. Hey, man, I don't. There's nothing else to say. I'm getting happy. I'm doing this a lot more, calling in. Not a whole lot to say. I can't tell Sam Pittman what to do. None of us can. He knows what he's doing, obviously. Beyond ecstatic, beyond proud. Just so happy, man. We needed this. Just completely mind-boggling. This goes to show you, those poor kids, the seniors from last year, Scuda Harris, Cam Curl, man, some of those guys, I feel so bad for them because it was never a reflection of them. And sometimes some people question their effort. They question their play. Man, they did not have the fair end on that deal, guys. I don't care about our offense and how it looks. Quite honestly, my prediction was win 3 games, and we scored more points to win those games than anything. I did not see our defense doing this. This is unbelievable. You've got Brooks with another pick. You've got Catalan, who looks like a freaking NFL player already. You've got a walk-on freshman that can come in as a walk-on that was playing at Highland Park, which is a smaller Texas high school, and playing that well. He jumped in front of a receiver, played it like a seasoned vet from Bama. He jumped that pass, picked it off. I am just completely ecstatic. I love Sam Pittman. I love the direction of our program. But, man, don't forget about Hunter Yurachek either. Man, what a leader. But, guys, y'all have a great evening, and, man, go Hogs.
Thanks for the call, Cody.
I think a lot of us might have forgotten how much fun this can be to follow a college football team that wins games and is relevant and now is building a bit of a national following. If you look on social media during the game, and I had a chance to all game long, you have a lot of media members that are grabbing on to this program, that are completely floored with the 180 that you've experienced here in the course of the last few months, yes, but really since the season started in the last month, there are folks who know their stuff, that have bought in here.
Well, you saw if you were watching the TV broadcast, Gene Chizik, the former head coach at Auburn, and he's on the SEC Network broadcast. You guys know who I'm talking about. Just completely floored with the job that Barry Odom's done. And it's not really, and he's brought it up several times, it's not really necessarily technique or anything like that they've been doing. The guys are in the right spot. How many times last year during the phase of John Chavis, Chad Morris, how many times did those guys were out of position? And there was just always in the wrong spot at every time. To this point, Arkansas has still not given up a big play defensively. They're keeping everything in front of them. Are they missing tackles? Sure. Are they giving up yards? Absolutely. But they're bending, they're not breaking, and damn it, Phil, they had 2 4th-and-goal stops.
Yeah, you've also ended up with playmakers emerging at every level of the defense. Look at what Jonathan Marshall has turned into as a real nose tackle, taking up all that space. And what we saw today from Grant Morgan, and really the last all 4 games from Bumper Poole as well before he ends up getting hurt. Now Hudson Clark, Jalen, every level of the defense, you have a lot of plays being made. It wasn't the case the last couple of years. Are they in the right place? Yes. They also just seem to know where to be, and they hit now. How about that hit that Catalan made on Elijah Moore in the first quarter? That seemed to set a tone for this defense. All right, we got to step aside for a break. We will stay with you at least for the next 90 minutes. It'll be up to you. Number is 877-377-6963. And if you even feel like calling the Hogs on the phone, we'll let you do that too. On Hog Reaction. Stay tuned.
Motor Company, your 2020 Dealer Rater Dealer of the Year, has 4 great locations in the River Valley, giving you a huge selection of new and pre-owned vehicles. Choose from Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Chevrolet vehicles right now at Whitson Morgan Motor Company. See their reviews and compare with others. That many people can't be wrong. Visit Whitson Morgan in Clarksville, Ozark, and Russellville, or log on at whitsonmorgan.com for selections and great deals to serve you today.
For the month of October, Frank Bro Furniture is offering no sales tax. That's right, Frank Bro Furniture is offering no sales tax for the month of October. We also offer in-store no credit check financing, delivery, and service after the sale. At Frank Bro Furniture, we are family owned and we pride ourselves in carrying as many made in the USA products as possible. Remember, in October, no sales tax at Frank Bro Furniture, your made in the USA headquarters, 405 4th Street, Barling, Arkansas. Frank Bro Furniture, best seats in the house.
Introducing Budweiser Zero. 0% alcohol, 0 grams of sugar. Full Budweiser flavor. For all the moments you want a beer and need to stay on your game. Budweiser Zero. 0 alcohol, 0 compromise.
Art's Barbecue and Burgers has several new items they've added to the menu. Stop by Art's and try something new, like the El Diablo Burger, a spicy pork patty with grilled jalapenos, hot barbecue sauce, and pepper jack cheese on Texas toast, or the all-new smoked Philly beef sandwich, or the patty melt, and backed by popular demand, the 14-ounce smoked ribeye. Plus, Art's can handle all your game day home gating or tailgating menus. Try something new at Art's Barbecue and Burgers on Rogers Avenue next to Aaron's in Fort Smith.
Hi, this is Lindsay White with White Office Machines. For over 90 years, my family's been serving the greater Fort Smith region with the image industry's newest technologies, as well as providing superior customer service through long-term business relationships. As the area's only authorized Kyocera document solutions dealer, White Office Machines provides the best value with high-speed copiers and the latest multifunction printers. Stop by our office in downtown Fort Smith or in Russellville. Follow us on Facebook or go to whiteoffice.com.
White Office Machines since 1929.
Are your real estate investments being properly managed? Are you sending a check or cashing a check each month? If you're tired of your current property managers, then call Trinity Multifamily. Trinity will qualify your tenants and leases, inspect your properties, and take care of maintenance and provide you with web-based access to current financial reports, leases, and pictures of your property. Call Trinity Multifamily at 479-452-1817 or online at trinitymultifamily.com. Trinity Multifamily, your teammate in the real estate game.
Van Alma Tire Center between Van Buren and Alma is your one-stop tire and auto center. They offer all the name brand and private label tires for your car, truck, four-wheel drive, semi-trucks, and trailers. Plus, they have lawn and garden tires, too. They do everything from oil changes, alignments for your 2 or 4-wheel drive vehicles to brakes and suspension replacement. And CV axles and bearings, too. All this at Van Alma Tire Center, 6805 Alma Highway, 5 miles east of Van Buren, 2 miles west of Alma.
The best TV experience in the nation is available locally with personal service from Wild World of Wireless, your neighborhood professional, Dish-authorized retailer. Dish has the Hopper 3, the most advanced DVR, and delivers a premium viewing experience. Tired of running out of DVR space? With the Hopper 3, you can record up to 2,000 hours of your favorite programming and watch your very own favorite channels and DVR recordings anywhere you go on your phone or tablet. Call now, Wild World of Wireless at 877-305-DISH for more details, or stop by our location at the corner of Phoenix and Rogers, or visit us online at shopwownow.com.
Monthly equipment fees and other restrictions apply. Recording hours vary. 2,000 hours based on SD programming. Remote viewing requires internet connection and compatible mobile device.
Radio station.
KERX, Paris, Fort Smith, from the Bushlight Studios. This is ESPN 95.3. You're listening to Hog Reaction. Our special Razorback postgame coverage is presented by Bud Light.
And we're back here on Hog Reaction. I'm Phil Elson. We've got Matt Smackdown Jenkins. The phones have been lit up like a Christmas tree for these last 30 minutes or so. And we've got lots to get to here on Hog Reaction. Appreciate you tuning in on any of our affiliates live on ESPN 104.3 in Harrison, ESPN 96.3 Hot Springs, Mena, ESPN 95.3 Fort Smith and the River Valley, and, of course, ESPN 99.5 in Northwest Arkansas. The number for calls and texts, 877-377-6963. A lot of texts coming in that apparently people want Barry Odom to be the highest paid assistant coach in college football. And whatever it is that he's making right now, it seems like it is a bargain for a defense that has turned around completely. Greg in Fort Smith reminds us the defense does not look confused. No, not at all. In fact, at times they made Ole Miss's offense look confused. Chandler in Fayetteville points out 3 penalties for 15 yards.
That's incredible.
1 penalty in the first half, and I think that came in the last minute of the first half. So a very well-played game overall in that case. Dylan in Greenwood says Arkansas is going to be out of the top 25 but peaking in. I think he's right. I think you'll be, if the receiving votes categories were actually in the rankings, you'd be in the. I think you'll end up in the top 30, top 35. Bradford it says everyone thinks we're 3-1. He thinks that Arkansas is going to break into the top 25. Nothing but positivity today, right? And, of course, there are some things for Arkansas to improve upon for this game, but I think we'll focus on that stuff for the next couple of weeks, if anything. So let's go to the phones right now. We've got John in Sherwood on hold. Hi, John. You are on Hog Reaction. How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm great. Absolutely great. Feel
Bill,
fantastic.
Matt.
That was fun. That was fun to watch.
A lot of fun.
Hey, are we like cheering right now, or it's been a while since the defense?
That's what I mean. That's exactly what I mean. It's like
I forgot how to do this.
It's almost like you have to relearn how to celebrate here.
I'm like fist bumping my friend. I'm like, wait, are we doing this for real?
Are you actually winning games? Like actually putting them away?
Exactly.
We can actually go to sleep tonight with a smile on our face.
Exactly. Hey, I just have one question. I know everyone's thinking this. Barry Odom. We all love Sam Pittman, but honestly, it's looking like Barry Odom is the man.
Well, Barry Odom is the man as far as setting up a defensive plan and teaching tackling. I think that's a huge part of this. the upgrade in your secondary. I mean, his specialty as a position coach was safeties. Your safeties have been incredible. I mean, Greg Brooks Jr., Jalen Catalon, Miles Mason, all making big plays today. But Sam Pittman set the tone to this team. And I don't want to take I'm not taking a single thing away from what Barry Odom has done. I think his coaching job on this team, if you're going to point to one assistant that's had the biggest impact, it's him. But Sam Pittman has set the tone of this team. And I think that's obvious by the way he is so calm and collected. I'm impressed by how this team moved on from the heartbreak of last weekend. I think the man at the top has a lot to do with that, the ability to move on from a moment that you got screwed, but there's nothing you can do about it. I bet you he didn't say a darn thing to them about that game once all week. It was laser focus on Ole Miss, and it was obvious by the way they played. Back to the phones, Tyler on the hold in Fayetteville. Hi, Tyler. You are on Hog Reaction. Tyler, you there?
Hello?
Yeah. Hi. You're on Hog Reaction.
Man, it was beautiful to have the camera pan over to Lane Kiffin after, I'd say, the last 3 or 4 receptions or interceptions we had, to see him just like hands on knees staring at the ground, just in disgust. I mean, after what we've been through for the last 2 years, to get our defense in a position to be able to take an offense who just did 650 yards against Alabama last year, and then the next game have their head coach in that kind of position was just a wonderful thing to see as a Razorback fan.
Agreed. I mean, the conversation about this program has changed completely now. Absolutely changed completely. You took a team that had been run up and down on for pretty much the last 5 games last season. Could not make a tackle to save their lives. Many of the same players are here now. And now you have a dominant defense. That was a dominant performance. That was not luck. I thought the wind helped out with some misfires from Matt Corral, but the wind does not lead to 6 interceptions. The wind does not lead to Corral being hassled in the pocket as much as he was. The wind helped a little bit. This win was all about effort and all about planning and all about a team that now obviously believes in their ability to win games. And hey, offensively, yeah, there's some things that you worry about here. I was impressed with how after they get in the real swing moment in this game was running into the kicker, running into the punter by Ole Miss in the first period. It gives Arkansas a first down instead of punting out of their end zone. And then they go 95 yards in 11 plays and basically just over Ole Miss for the last 15 yards of it. And that's how you took the lead, which you never relinquished. It was an impressive drive. Danny in Russellville, you are on Hog Reaction. Hello.
Hey, it's a great day to be a Razorback. Coach
It
Chiswick
feels good
said,
today, doesn't it?
It does. Coach Chiswick said what a well-coached team we were. I'm so proud to hear that because we haven't heard that the last few years. We saw during halftime of our programs, coaches rolling their eyes and going, oh, boy, this is bad. Remember that?
Mm-hmm. Well, that kind of is what you saw from Lane Kiffin there near the end of the game, just looking forlorn, not knowing what to do.
But 6 turnovers, guys, and we dropped 2, so we could have had 8, plus a fumble recovery. That's a good, nice work. But
yeah. If you're going by defense, even if Arkansas's offense wasn't involved in the game, Arkansas's defense scores 14 to Ole Miss's offense scoring 21. That's amazing. Yeah, to have an offense, what was Ole Miss averaging? 46 points per game? I lost my numbers around here. 46 points per game. They only scored 21. Shut out in the first half. Ole Miss hadn't been shut out in a quarter until the first period today. And then they were shown another donut hole in the second quarter. Absolutely amazing.
If we get our offense going, we're going to be a tough out with this defense. So that's the next thing to do is get that offense being a little bit more consistent and get our kicking game. We're still having a little bit of problems there, but the fake fun. Everybody had to know that was coming, but it's a good day to be a Razorback. We won, and go Hogs.
Thanks for the call, Danny. And, yeah, I mean, you've got some special teams issues still. The fake punt that nobody was ready for at all. That looked like the easiest 45 yards of the season for Ole Miss. Couldn't convert on the two-point conversion. That play went nowhere. There were some moments that offensively the team looked confused. But hey, again, today, this show, I didn't want this to be, you're really focusing on anything involving the negative today, because I just have a sense that you need some celebration more than anything, not skepticism. And there's reason to be skeptical about whatever for the next couple of weeks and leading into the Texas A&M game. And a win over Ole Miss doesn't mean a win over Texas A&M, so on and so forth. But you got to enjoy what you got in front of you right here, and I think you got a pretty good football team. You have a great defense. You have a great defense. For those who love defense in an era right now, especially this year where the SEC doesn't really seem to have much of it, you got a defense, man. I think people will appreciate that. Doug in Sherwood, you're on Hog Reaction. How are you?
I'm doing great. How are you doing?
Having fun here, man.
Me too. Hey, let me ask you a serious question. All right, so we got Sam Pittman making $3 million a year. We got Barry Odom making $305 at Missouri. At Arkansas, he's making $1.2. Is Barry Odom the net $2 to $2.5 million a year defensive coordinator to keep him?
Hey, I mean that's a question that I'm not quite sure how to answer. I mean, are you going to have to give him a raise at the end of this season because of performances? I know for a fact that bonuses are not a thing this next year. There are not going to be any bonuses for coaches. In fact, all the coaches basically gave away part of their salary anyway.
Because of this. Yes, sir. Everyone's afraid of him going somewhere else because of this success. Like, he stepped down as a DC. We all know that he's a head coach, has like a defensive coordinator background. So he pretty much proved that he is an awesome defensive coordinator. So I'm just thinking Arkansas is going to have to step up the pay and pay him the money to keep him. And if he's making he's making $1.2 million, so we'll say we bump him up to $2 million. Sam Pittman's only making $3 million. Do we bump Sam Pittman up to $4 million?
I mean, you're projecting a little bit of stuff that I'm not exactly sure where to go with it, Doug. But if the idea of that you want to that you're going to have to spend some money to keep your coaches because you've built a program that other teams look at and say, hey, we want a piece of that, yeah, you're probably right. And appreciate the call, Doug. Look, the other part of this too is Barry Odom has had some success as a head coach at Missouri. Some, not a ton. Somebody's going to look at him as a head coach again. There will be a college football team that's got an opening for a head coach that I think will look to him. And whether or not you can keep him here, at that point, I don't know. 877-377-6963. Next up, Mitchell in Fort Smith. Hello, Mitchell. You are on Hog Reaction.
Hey, guys. How are y'all?
And having a lot of fun here.
Yeah, sounds like it. It's been a long time since I've wanted to make a call like this. After the Mississippi State game, I thought, okay, we got our first win. This will be it. Then seeing after the Auburn game, the way that ended, we all know how that felt. To see them come out today and play the way that they did, the offense struggled. Okay, we can talk about that all night, or we can talk about our defense that just killed it. Which was great to see, odd to see for an Arkansas team, for many years. But what really gets me going is the fact that we beat Chad Morris last week. He knows we beat him last week, and then he lost today. That dude couldn't win an SEC game in 2 years. Sam Pittman has won 2 games in 4 starts. I mean, that does it right there. I mean, that just shows you what we've got. And, I mean, that makes me super proud to get rid of him and get this guy in here who wants to be here. And doing it the way it needs to be done.
Thanks for calling in, Mitchell. Yeah, and that was part of the fun today.
Yeah,
of watching Auburn have trouble with any semblance of a passing game in their loss against South Carolina. I didn't realize it had been that long since South Carolina beat Auburn. What, since the 30s? Amazing. And then to see the Razorbacks right after Auburn takes that loss to put forth such a forceful statement against an offense that I think all of us expected would score in at least the 30s.
I think a lot of people thought that.
My prediction for the game was 44-41.
I think I said 41-35. I mean, you just had to go off what we believed of what this team could be, or how we thought this game would turn out. I mean, you hold Ole Miss to 21. I mean, it's an incredible defensive performance.
Back to the phones. Shane in Indiana. Hi, Shane. You're on Hog Reaction.
You can tell a difference between the players this year and last year. You know, I've seen a few news conferences when Chad Morris, he would speak, and, you know, he'd always say this ain't an overnight fix and this stuff like this. And Sam Pittman took basically the same team and, you know, doing what he's doing now. We've probably got one of the top 2 or 3 best defenses in the SEC maybe. And I don't think I've ever seen an Arkansas defense have 6 interceptions in a game.
I heard them. Go ahead.
I thought they said like the last time there was a 6. I don't know the last time there was a 6 interception game in the SEC. It's been a long time. It has been a long time for Arkansas, and I mean there's probably some game notes coming out soon or post game notes that would detail that. But absolutely incredible. And again, I mean Arkansas intercepted opponents 6 times all last year. 6 times today. Just mind-blowing.
How many does that make on the season?
See, you had.
I didn't pull my stats up here for Arkansas.
I think just off the top of my head, I believe that's got to be close to 10. Don't you? 10 or 11 turnovers. I think this defense has created. I believe.
And that's just crazy numbers.
And that could be wrong, Shane. I'm not sure of the exact number, but this team has forced turnovers. They've created turnovers, especially for the same.
This was 10 interceptions for the season now.
I got a buddy sitting here. He looked it up, and there was 13 turnovers that this defense has created so far this season.
Yeah, 3 fumbles, 10 interceptions.
Chad Morris, you know, he would, you know, during his conferences after our losses, he would, you know, this ain't an overnight fix and stuff like that. And you see what Sam Pittman did in 4 games, and it's just crazy. You know, it's all about coaching. You know, you got to have the talent. You know, it ain't all about the talent, but you got to have some. But, you know, the coaching's a big part of it too.
Yeah, I think he is a huge part of it. Absolutely. Shane, thanks for the phone call, man.
I appreciate it.
You got it, especially calling in from the Hoosier State. 877-377-6963.
Let's go one more, and then we'll take a commercial.
All right, one more call, and then we'll take a break. Let's go to Big Mike. Hey, Big Mike, what's up?
Boy, it's a lot more fun hoping your team holds on to a 20-0 lead than hoping you can come back to 20-0 down, ain't it?
You got that right, my friend.
Chad Morris, he couldn't coach no 2- and 3-star players. You know, he shouldn't have come here because that's what Arkansas get. This old guy, he can coach 2- and 3-stars, and by God, we can kick some butt with it. That's all I got to say, and I love all y'all, and I love this dang state.
Amen, brother.
That's well said. That's well said. And I think that, you know, you can feel the pride reemerging here. Not in the state, but in the program. And
you're proud of this football team. It's not a shame to say that you're a Razorback fan right now, like it has been for the past 3 years.
When Arkansas football is good, it feels different across the entire state.
Feels different for the SEC. I mean, you've had several people say, I don't remember, may have had it on halftime. When Arkansas is good, the SEC just seems better overall. I mean, you look back when Arkansas was just rolling with the Bobby Petrino era, and just obviously you didn't go into a game hoping you would win. You went into a game knowing you were going to win, and the whole SEC West was it was incredible to watch. obviously still got a lot more time to see what Sam Pittman turns his program into, but you've got to love where this thing is heading right now.
Okay, we've got highlights we can play. We've got some sound from head coach Sam Pittman. Calls and texts as well up until 9:30, 877-377-6963 on Hog Reaction. We will come right back after this quick break.
This is Hog Football Reaction, streaming live now from hitthatline.com.
There's an underdog story happening today in America. Small businesses are fighting to make a comeback, but in the moment they have the least, they're giving the most. They're rallying communities and neighborhoods, yet asking for little in return. Well, it's time we gave back. Small Unites is making it simple for everyone to take action and support the small businesses that unite us all. Find out how you can donate, shop, and share today at smallunites.org.
It's Superstart Battery Month at O'Reilly Auto Parts. That means you can get up to a $25 gift card after mail-in rebate with the purchase of your Superstart battery. Return power, performance, and reliability to your car, truck, motorcycle, and more with Superstart batteries. Only at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Did you know that you can get your car serviced or repaired without ever leaving your house? All you have to do is call Jody's Auto Service Center at 479-649-3399. Jody's will pick up your vehicle, service or repair it for you, and return it fully disinfected to your driveway. Pickup and delivery is free for jobs $75 or more. Jobs less than $75 can be picked up and returned for a $10 fee. Let Jody's Auto Service Centers handle all your service and vehicle repair needs. Call 479-649-3399. Jody's Auto Service Center.
Tommy Kraft here for The Fence Man, the company you can trust when it comes to building your next fence. The Fence Man recently built new gates for my existing fence. The whole process was easy, quick, and most importantly, affordable. Plus, 18 months same as cash financing with approved credit is now available with The Fence Man. If you need a new fence, gate, or anything that involves a fence, call The Fence Man, 479-782-3936. That's 782-3936. The Fence Man. He ain't afraid of no work.
Doe's Eat Place is now open to serve you the award-winning steaks you've been missing, along with your choice of drinks from the largest selection of wines, beer, and liquor in the River Valley. Doe's Eat Place is open Tuesday through Thursday 5 till 9 and Friday and Saturday 5 till 10. Doe's Eat Place welcomes their loyal diners back and new diners to experience the best steaks, atmosphere, and service in the River Valley. The patio is also open for your dining pleasure. Just call for reservations. Doe's Eat Place, 422 North 3rd Street, Fort Smith.
Winter is just around the corner. At AOG, we realize some customers are facing new challenges because of the pandemic. We're here to help. Our customer service team can offer you a wide array of payment options or direct you to utility payment assistance agencies in your area for help. Please call us at 1-800-842-5690 or visit AOGC.com. Thank you for being a valued AOG customer. We're all in this together.
Standard Materials Group has immediate openings for ready-mix drivers in the Northwest Arkansas area. If you have a CDL license without an automatic restriction and want to be home every night, want to work with a company that offers great pay, benefits, and a great team environment with growth opportunities, apply today at jobs.crh.com. Again, that's jobs.crh.com. Standard Materials Group is an equal opportunity employer.
Dee's Family Restaurant of Alma at 39 Column Lane across from the water park is now reopened and ready to serve you. We're open 5:30 a.m. to 9 p.m. 7 days a week. Breakfast is served all day and our full menu is available at 10:30 a.m. All you can eat steak on Thursday night, cooked order prime rib on Friday night, and now we deliver on Waiter. Curbside and to-go is still available. Call ahead 632-1014.
The biggest selection and the lowest prices on a new Buick are at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. The 2020 Buick Encore has plenty of cargo space and it's loaded with technology, only $19,995. And the 2020 Buick Envision has all the features and seating for 5. Take $9,000 off, only $28,985. The biggest selection and the lowest prices are at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Exit 11 off of I-540 in Fort Smith.
Van Alma Tire Center between Van Buren and Alma is your one-stop tire and auto center. They offer all the name brand and private label tires for your car, truck, four-wheel drive, semi-trucks, and trailers. Plus, they have lawn and garden tires, too. They do everything from oil changes, alignments for your 2 or 4-wheel drive vehicles to brakes and suspension replacement. And CV axles and bearings, too. All this at Van Alma Tire Center, 6805 Alma Highway, 5 miles east of Van Buren, 2 miles west of Alma.
KERX, Paris Fort Smith.
2 seconds, 1 second, he lets fly with a shot.
From the Busch Light Studios, this is ESPN 95.3. Welcome to the Hog Reaction Show, the only show where you can give your post-game takes on the air. Call or text 877-377-6963. Our reactions, your reactions, all the reactions start right now.
Corral, play fake, and a roll to his right. Fires, and it's picked off. Catalon at the 35. Oh, my goodness, he's going to score. Touchdown, Arkansas. Catalon, 33 yards on the interception return. Corral threw it right to him, and Catalon was a blur into the end zone.
That's how Arkansas took a 16-0 lead. The point after by A.J. Reed made it 17-0 at the 10-minute, 40-second mark in the second quarter. And that was the moment that you knew that Arkansas would have a real shot at winning this game. On a pick six by Jalen Catalon, and they go on to win 33-21. Phil Elson here with you. Matt Smackdown Jenkins in studio. 877-377-6963.
Got a tweet here.
Another hour.
I got a tweet here from Kirk Herbstreit checking in. The Razorback Twitter feed had a little bit of fun with him saying, Kirk, you should have just kept believing in Arkansas. He tweeted back. He said, I agree. The most improved team of the year. Congratulations on a great win. Should have had a win last week and should be seeing it 3-1. Big Sam getting things done, and that's the face of College Game Day. That's Kirk Herbstreit commenting on your Arkansas Razorbacks.
I think he had picked Arkansas to beat Auburn. I hadn't seen College Game Day this morning. Did he go with Ole Miss?
No, they did a full sweep of picking Ole Miss, and, yeah, he did pick Auburn. He did pick us to beat Auburn last week. So, they went a full sweep of Ole Miss today.
All right, let's go to there's another Phil here on Hog Reaction. It's Phil in Fort Smith. Hey, Phil, what's up?
What's up, Nickel and Dimer, Phil? You're my favorite.
I appreciate that.
We lead Georgia at the half. We get blocked punts. We turn the ball over. We lose. Great defense. Mississippi State at the same time scores 67 on LSU. Everybody says, oh, well, we can't stop them. Next week we beat Mississippi State. Then what happens? We go to Auburn, get another block punt, turn the ball over, get ripped out of that game. We ought to be 3-1. And everybody says, oh, well, Ole Miss scored 48 on Alabama. There's no way in the world that we can stop them. What do? We beat them. No, they turned the ball over 6 times. Nobody turns the ball over 6 times and wins. Nobody turns the ball over 4 times and wins. But special teams were better, and Barry Odom's not going to be here 2 years from now. But Sam Pittman's, his relationships with assistant coaches across the country is supposed to be second to none. And so far, he's made every good hire. So I've got all the confidence in the world that we're on the upswing.
Phil, I think that's a great phone call, and I think you're right about a couple of things there. One of them, that Barry Odom won't be the defensive coordinator here in 2 years. But the other aspect is that it just based on the staff that Sam put together, how could you not trust him to make another hire for whatever position group coach he's got to hire, whatever coordinator he has to hire? He obviously has the not just the Rolodex, but he's got the knowledge of everybody in that Rolodex as to what would work. This seems like the perfect coaching staff right now, to be quite honest, with the exception of, and I know he's got a great reputation and did great work at Georgia, and maybe there was a bit of an improvement today on special teams, but there were some moments where it looked like Ole Miss would come close to getting to Reed Bauer. Almost blocked that first punt, and instead it ended up going running into the kicker, and I think that was the biggest play of the game, or at least that's where it swung. But yeah, how could you not trust him to make a hire at any coaching job right now?
Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Isn't Barry Odom the associate head coach as well, or the assistant head coach? Like he's one step below Pittman. Is that right? I think he is.
I think you're right.
So I mean, regardless, and he, he's going to get looks being a head coach. And now I know preseason or everything talking about when the coronavirus and the pandemic started happening. How many of these open jobs would you be seeing? I mean, we all talked previously that we thought, for example, Muschamp in South Carolina was going to be on the hot seat. Will these coaches get let go with everything going on and with trying to buy out a contract to bring in somebody new? But Muschamp beating Auburn today. So you're going to have openings, and there's going to be people that's going to definitely be on Barry Odom's doorstep to try to get him to come to the school. But he's got a great position here. You could definitely probably offer him more money to really make him like the Sam Pittman's right-hand man, and he may not be wanting to be back a head coach again. He may have had his time doing it in Missouri, and, I mean, like we said, I think we talked about it on the show. I know Ty brought it up on the Morning Rush. Fayetteville's not that bad of a place to go live right now. And if you're building this program up the right way, which it sure seems that that's the way we're heading, why would you want to leave? Why would you want to go do it? So I don't know. I'm just presenting the other side of the argument. So I quite frankly, Phil, I really don't want to look ahead right now. I want to enjoy what we got going right now.
Well, yeah, exactly. So if this radio show today is really just like a 2-hour moment of joy, I think. A good text here out of the 479 that does point out Mississippi State champions this year beat the Dairy School and beat the Khaki Place, and now Arkansas is Mississippi State champions 2020, and he thinks that means they always go to a bowl game. I guess that would be the case. 2 wins right now. You should have had a third. Does that mean Arkansas is already a bowl team since you don't have to be 500?
Very well should be.
Yeah, who knows? I think they will end up going to a bowl. Is this team going to win 5 games? 4 games? I think you could look at 4. Maybe now you start to think about a 5th. Maybe even more than that. Oh, goodness gracious, we're getting a little ahead of ourselves. 877-377-6963. Let's read through some text here out of the 479. Defense, lights out. Doesn't think Odom's here very long. You think Venables would come here if all that happens. Then we're projecting way too far into the future. I'm not going to worry about who would be the next DC here.
I like this text from Travis here. He says he wants us to talk some more wrestling. You want to talk some wrestling right now, or you want to keep it Razorback football?
Jalen Catalon could be a wrestler with the way he hits. I'm pretty sure about that. He could do it from the top turnbuckle, and he could make it hurt. Let's go to Mark in Jonesboro. Hi, Mark. You're on Hog Reaction.
Woo Pig from the northeast corner of the state, gentlemen.
Amen, brother.
Night. Man, how about this defense? This is just I know it's probably been echoed over and over all night tonight, but I'm going to say it again. The guts and intestinal fortitude of Grant Morgan is just off the charts. This dude was playing with one arm tonight, and just, when Drew Morgan played, he always talked about having the juice. Well, I would say that Drew has definitely passed the juice on to little brother Grant, because Grant was playing like a man possessed all night long.
I agree.
It's just
he played with a ton of heart. And just do away with the statistics. Take away the 19 tackles and the 3 tackles for the loss and the pick 6 and the 2 breakups. Just the fact on a game where, and I mean, this is nothing against Bumper Pool. For him not to play, he must have been, in pretty bad shape. But Grant Morgan's playing with one arm. With one freaking arm, and was out there running all over the place. Did he even take one play off?
I don't. If he did, I don't remember it. But I mean, he's like a Tasmanian devil on defense. And Matt, you were talking a little bit of wrestling. He didn't have his tag team partner tonight.
No,
he and Bumper Pool have been a killer 1-2 punch for that defense. And then, I'll go.
Well, and Hayden Henry played great. How about Hayden Henry?
Had another great game. I mean, those Henry boys. I mean, all they do is make big plays. I mean, it's just in their blood. And Hayden Henry had big plays tonight. Jalen the Hammer Catalon. I mean, good Lord, that hit that he put on the receiver for Ole Miss early on kind of set the tone for the night. And then he follows that up with the pick 6 that he looked like a wide receiver catching that pass. And I mean, it was just unreal. And I can't think of a time when we've had a defense that has been this dominant. I mean, the closest one I could think of was maybe, the Code Red defense under Keith Burns, and I'm not sure that this defense doesn't hit a little harder than that one did.
Well, they were laying the wood left and right everywhere. Ole Miss had to have their head on a swivel. Hayden Henry, getting the start today, records 8 tackles, 6 solo tackles. That's more than anybody else for Arkansas. 2 tackles for a loss, equaling 3 yards, and 1 pass breakup. And he even blew up some other plays where he wouldn't get credit for a tackle, but he was he forced Jerry and Ely to change directions. How about Julius Coates getting into the backfield today?
Absolutely. Hey, Mark, thanks for the call.
Another great game.
Mark, thanks for calling in, my
appreciate
friend.
it.
How about Jonathan Marshall? How about Xavier Kelly breaking through a couple of times? Again, you had playmakers at every single level of the defense throughout the entire night.
And we talked about this several times on halftime last week. This bye week for this team could not come at a better time right now, couldn't it, Phil? I mean, for the amount of guys that you got hurt, banged up, and this could not come. Everybody can get healed up because am I drinking Kool-Aid? Probably, but as well as this defense played, and like we just talked about, all the players that were out, if you can get these guys healthy heading into Texas A&M, if you get a healthy Bumper Pool, a healthy Grant Morgan, and who's the defensive lineman that's been hurt recently?
Dorian Gerald.
Dorian Gerald, thank you. I just had a brain fart for a second. If you get those guys back, the defense is fixing to take off to another new level as far as just having that depth of talent, and then you got a whole slew of these younger guys ready to rock and roll. By the way, starting Monday on halftime, we're campaigning to get Hudson Clark on scholarship.
That's a good point. Are there
guy's
any
not
open
on scholarship.
scholarships? Are there any open scholarships? Wasn't there? There was one kid that was on the incoming recruiting class that didn't make it. I don't even know if he made it to campus or not. I think there's an open scholarship out there.
Well, we better find one.
Something tells me we're going to see a video of Hudson Clark getting his school paid for the next 3 years, sometime by the end of this football season. 877-377-6963. We will take you right up to 9:30 with calls and texts reacting to the Hogs' 33-21 victory over Ole Miss. Ends an almost 4-year SEC home game losing streak. The next losing streak you got a target on now is Texas A&M.
Bring it on.
There's nobody that's a Razorback fan right now that would think they don't have a shot to go into Kyle Field and pick up a victory. Let's go to Mickey in Hot Springs. Hi, Mickey. You're on Hog Reaction. Mickey, are you there?
Who are you talking to?
We're talking to you, my friend. I may have misheard your name. I apologize.
That guy misheard me, JT.
Oh, JT. Oh, God almighty, JT. I'm sorry, my friend.
Are you telling me you misheard one of the names of our JT, more loyal listeners who never calls in?
Look, JT, I'm sorry, my friend. It's I can't, JT. I know you aren't in here in the studio. I cannot tell you. It looks like Christmas on
for
this
a moment.
phone
I was going to say, what are you doing, Mickey? Are you necking with Minnie? What's going on?
JT.
It's JT instead. Hi, JT. You're on Hog Reaction.
You sound a lot happier than you did last weekend. Can I assume that?
Much happier. Much happier. But I have a question for you. Why are you waiting until Monday to start campaigning for Hudson Clark to get a scholarship?
Hell, let's do it
now.
I
feel just mentioning it right now is enough, right, to start the campaign.
Yes, it needs to start now. That boy played awesome, and you said you wanted to just celebrate and just relax and just enjoy this win. And this is what we need to do because as a fan base, we need this, and we do. And I am so proud, and as Coach Pittman says, this is a proud damn state. Well, I'm very damn proud right now of this team.
Amen.
So proud of them. And I love to watch that defense play. My gosh, I've not seen a defense play like that in years for us, and I'm so happy we have that. I'm concerned with our offense. I see plays that can be made, and we're just not making them. And it's just really eating at me a little bit there. But I'm not going to worry about that tonight. I'm going to enjoy this. And I'm really looking forward, like you said, about A&M. I want to go in that streak so badly because that is a team that I have hated for almost my entire life. So I see this program, though, just making things. I know Eddie wants to yell and scream and be happy with the way he is, and I love his enthusiasm about it. But I'm looking at this right now also saying, you know what? We have a coaching staff that believes in the players, that puts them in position to play, puts them in position to make plays. And I'm so happy to see that. And then they go do it because they know the coaches believe in them. And, guys, this is belief. This is believing in themselves. And I'm thrilled to see this. For the first time in a couple of years, I'm actually, like, listening to post-game reaction. I never did that because I didn't want to hear it. Because I didn't want to think about that other coach after that.
Yep.
And now he's gone, and I'm so happy, and I'm just like, oh, my gosh, we should be 3-1. I put that behind me. I'm going to be good. We're 2-2, and we're going forward. I said before this year we were going to get at least 4 wins, and I see us getting at least that.
Well,
I mean, there are teams out there we can beat.
We brought up Kirk Herbstreit earlier, jumping in on the conversation, and now you've got more of the national media just recognizing the turnaround that this team has had. David Pollock just tweeted out, who's also on College Game Day, the former Georgia defensive lineman. He says, "Dude, it's just crazy how dang improved Razorback football is this season, like in every aspect of the game." Coach Sam Pittman, you are the man.
Just the attitude.
Yes.
The attitude of the players. I mean, I saw a tweet earlier from Michael Petway. You know, he transferred 2 years ago. I was like, why would he transfer? He could have been a star. I understand why he transferred now, to get away from what that was. And just that whole attitude, I mean, players, we would grab last year and say players quit. I see why they did. They're not going to quit at all this year. I don't care what the score is. They're not going to quit. They didn't quit against Georgia in the fourth quarter when they were down by 20 points, and they just kept fighting. This coaching staff has been believing in themselves. They're going to fight. They believe. I mean, just I don't know what else to say about them other than just I am proud of. And it's been a long time since I could say that.
Amen to that.
I would wear my Razorback stuff when I'm down in Florida on the beaches, and everybody would look at me and be like, it's been tough times. I'm like, you're dang right, it has been. I don't have to say that now. I'll be like, we're back.
Woo, pig, baby.
We may not win. We're not winning the national championship this year, but we're coming back.
So, JT, thanks for calling.
JT, have a great night.
JT, please don't be mad at me, my friend.
You're good, man.
Thanks, JT.
That's okay. We promise not to mangle everybody's name when you do call in. 877-377-6963. Here's a text out of the 479 wondering if Bama loses tonight, is the West not wide open for the taking?
I don't know if I'm
wide open. Wide open sounds a little much, but hey, you might actually have a little bit of a race.
Well, you got a good game going on right now. Georgia's driving, which I know I joked on halftime. Is Stetson Bennett ready for prime time? He's played well to this point. Both teams have a pair of interceptions. It's on CBS right now. We've got 56 seconds, and Georgia's driving, and the game is tied at 17 apiece.
So, I mean, now looking ahead, you have the bye week, then Texas A&M. A&M beating Mississippi State today. They ran the ball very well. They're still having trouble throwing it. I don't think Kellen Mond has a great set of receivers to get open. Then Tennessee on November the 7th. Tennessee looked lost today against the Kentucky Wildcats. Travel to Gainesville November 14th, take on Florida. That'll be probably the next really difficult test for this defense that just seems to rise to the occasion so far. November 21st, LSU, and then Mizzou, and then Alabama to close out the regular season. And the way Arkansas is playing right now, that last game against Alabama may actually mean something for both teams. I thought that would mean something just for Alabama at the end. It's going to mean it may mean something for Arkansas too.
Very well much so. I mean, with a non-bowl requirement to get games in there, but I mean, depending on how this game turns out here. Georgia or Alabama may have a one loss. Georgia may have a one loss, and especially I don't see any way in chance in hell that Chad Morris and Gus Malzahn beating Alabama. You never know. It's 2020, but the more Arkansas wins and the more pressure, maybe not necessarily winning, but just being competitive that the way they are, that game where we said preseason it was just going to mean something for Bama and it's just going to be the end of the year for Arkansas. I completely agree with you. Very damn well could mean something by the end of the year.
877-377-6963. Couple callers are on hold right now, so a couple slots are open if you want to get in. Jason in Fayetteville, you are next on Hog Reaction.
Guys, listen, I just want to say that, I moved down to Fayetteville about 7 years ago to go to grad school, and I'm an Iowa Hawkeyes fan through and through. My heart lies in Iowa, but I've always been trying to look at the Hogs, while they're doing their thing, with Bielema there. I thought, Hawkeye guy, it's great. And then the Chad Morris thing happened, which was weird. And so this game, since Iowa's not even playing until next week, I've been watching the Hogs all season. And this game, man, these kids flying around on defense, gang tackling everywhere. And, the offense is looking good. Next week when the Hawkeyes are on, I'm going to have two screens on because, man, it's been this year has now made me a die-hard Hogs fan. Like, it's my alma mater. I went there, and today just showed me something different. Like, Pittman has done such a great job with this team, and to see that defense today, absolutely incredible, just incredible. And I'm so excited about the rest of the season and the future of this program. So, I mean, I really, that's all I got to say, and go Hogs.
You got it, Jason.
Thanks for
Thanks for
calling
that
in.
phone call. Yeah, 877-377-6963. That was the point I tried to make early in the game about I think there are a lot of college football fans out there whose teams have not played up until now that have been watching college football just because they've got a thirst for it and might be looking for an underdog to latch on to. I mean, honestly, how many football fans out there that have a team to root for are going to glom on to Georgia or to Alabama?
Yep.
I think they're looking for an underdog. You have one right here that has done a total 180 in less than a year. I think Arkansas, they continue to play anything like this, you're gonna get more of a national following than you've had in a long time. You've got hungry football fans in states across this country whose teams are not playing that want to root for you.
Well, I think also you kind of look at it too, maybe not necessarily from an underdog perspective, but defensively, it's just old school down south football. And and teams will love to fans, yes, love to cheer for the underdog, but some fans like to cheer for that blue collar approach that I feel like Sam Pittman, Barry Odom, and this team, the coaching staff, is wanting to bring to the state of Arkansas. Doesn't matter who we're playing, doesn't matter what the number is in front of your jersey or in the scoreboard, whatever it is, you're going to get the best fight that this team can bring you. You saw it against Georgia, you saw it against Mississippi State, you saw it against Auburn, and you saw it again today against Ole Miss. Doesn't matter who it is. You're going to get the best fight from this team, and that's a byproduct of what Sam Pittman is instilling in this program. It's a byproduct of what Barry Odom, Kendall Browse, you name any part of that coaching staff, that's what they're bringing to this team. And you're right, to piggyback off your point, that's where fans, not even Razorback fans, that's why they're going to congregate to this team. It's like, I can get behind this kind of a team right here.
Well, and they're easy people to get to off the field as well, or
Absolutely.
get with off the field, just in the way they communicate. Think in the way that you, as a fan, listened to Sam Pittman talk about this is a proud damn state and how much he wanted the job and how he filled up with emotion that was real on that stage the day that he took the job and was paraded through town, essentially. You know, you bought it. Maybe you bought it at that time because you wanted to. And now, with Arkansas getting some eyes nationally, there are people across the country that are watching him speak, you know, in the halftime interview and the postgame interviews and all that are saying the same thing. It's the same when you watch Grant Morgan in the postgame. He just seems – did you see the joy on his face when he was talking with Tara Talmadge after the game? Just looked like unadulterated joy that I think people can and want to identify with right now. This is a team that people will get with, not just in Arkansas. Let's go to Lee in Marmaduke. You're on Hog Reaction. Hi, Lee.
Yeah, man. How about them Hogs, buddy?
Heck yeah, my friend.
You got it.
We are the Mississippi State champs.
That's
once
right.
again.
Something to be proud of, at least. It's some sort of championship today. You got two
That's
over
right.
Mississippi.
Baby steps, baby. Go Hogs. That's all I got. Thank you.
Thanks
That's
for
all
calling,
you
Lee.
got. See, and this is one of the things I wanted about this show today, you know, and we've got people literally holding for 6 minutes just to say go Hogs and woo pig. I have not experienced that.
It's because, like you said, it's a proud damn state. It's the same thing. I mean, you call baseball, obviously. It's the same thing when the Hogs are in the regionals and the super regionals. Everybody,
but you and me and everyone else knows that there's a different ethos and a different feeling when the football team is good, just because.
Yeah, no, completely agree. No, I understand that 100%. This is a football state, but you get my point. When everybody's rolling, when football team's rolling, baseball, basketball, women's basketball, you name it, it brings this whole entire state together. You've missed this during the fall. You saw when Eric Musselman's first year, you saw the state start to come together around this team because Eric Musselman's team is going to play hard 90 minutes, 60 minutes of the game. It doesn't matter. You're seeing it now. You're seeing the product of what this team can be and what this thing could turn into. It's bringing this state together.
It is. And in joy and in fun. You know how miserable it was to host this show for the last 2 years? You know how painful it would be even at some of the games that would end at midnight, and you're like, gosh, nobody wants to listen to this. Nobody's going to, and yet there's nothing fun to talk about. Now, this feels like what I expected a college football reaction show to be like. Excitement instead of misery, and fun instead of torture. Because didn't it feel like that the last couple of years?
It really
Razorback
did.
fans, did it feel like torture at times, especially near the end? Even when you knew it was going to be the end, it was torturous. I know you gave up. I don't blame you. I think a lot of people did. I don't think you have. I think you're all back now. Is it a bandwagon? No. It's a belief that the thing that you've been passionate about for your entire life is now back to being passionate about you, and they play the way that you want them to play.
Couldn't have
It
said it
seems
better.
fun. You can get with them. You can get with them, and you can get with us. 877-377-6963. Let's get to some text messages here. Justin in Ocala points out there were two, quote, prolific offenses that the Hogs play and look pedestrian. The thing is, too, I mean, Mississippi State looked less than pedestrian against Kentucky and didn't really do very much today. 14 points against Texas A&M?
Yep.
Kylan Hill didn't play. Maybe he was one of those two players that Mike Leach was referring to last week that need to get off the team. But I think, what Barry Odom did and that defense did to Mississippi State became a blueprint for everybody else in the SEC. So Arkansas was the leader in that aspect. It will be very interesting to see what the deal is with Ole Miss in the near future. Was there something exposed in them that shows Matt Corral actually was human with 6 interceptions when he'd only thrown 1 pick in the first 3 games? And where Arkansas gets the bye week to sit and enjoy this, Ole Miss has homecoming next weekend against the Auburn Tigers. So they're going to get a team that's frustrated in Auburn that wasn't able to really move the ball against the South Carolina Gamecocks. And I'll be interested to see how their offense performs after that. I mean, Mississippi State has done 0 since Arkansas threw them around at Davis Wade Stadium.
Well, they benched KJ Costello again today, and then I don't know the backup quarterback's name off the top of my head, but came in and drove him right for a touchdown. So
I think his name is Will Rogers.
Yeah, that's how
Cowboy.
yeah.
He didn't ride to the rescue today. He most definitely did not ride to the rescue today. We're going to ride out for a quick moment here as we step aside on Hog Reaction. Got it about another 30 minutes, and we'll take you up to 9:30. 877-377-6963. Your Razorbacks are 2-2 after taking down Ole Miss 33-21. We continue to talk about it right after this.
This is Hog Football Reaction. Streaming live now from hitthatline.com.
For the ones working tirelessly to keep their coworkers safe. For the ones rising to new challenges. For the ones rebuilding stronger than before. Grainger offers supplies and solutions for every industry. Free access to product specialists, safety recovery guides, and 24/7 support. It's part of our commitment to help you adapt and recover in
Yeah,
these
I think we've
challenging
had like
times.
100 text
Call,
messages.
Click Grainger.com or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
What do you get when you talk to a Dell Technologies advisor? You get someone who understands there's an art to listening, who's able to hear more than what's being said, and can provide tailored small business solutions that make you feel truly heard. For advice on everything from laptops to the cloud and solutions powered by Intel vPro platform, call an advisor today at 877-ASK-DELL. That's 877-ASK-DELL to talk to an advisor today who's ready to help with all your small business needs. 877-ASK-DELL.
Dee's Family Restaurant of Alma at 39 Column Lane across from the water park is now reopened and ready to serve you. We're open 5:30 a.m. to 9 p.m. 7 days a week. Breakfast is served all day and our full menu is available at 10:30 a.m. All you can eat steak on Thursday night, cooked order prime rib on Friday night, and now we deliver on Waiter. Curbside and to-go is still available. Call ahead 632-1014.
Fall is here, and fall fishing is a great way to get outdoors and enjoy the fall season. Gelco Outdoors has all the gear to make your day on the water a success. Rods, reels, bait, clothing, footwear, and much more for the angler. Just arrived. A new shipment of Old Town canoes and fishing kayaks. You can paddle or pedal, or now the new fishing kayaks with trolling motors. Check out the new Old Town kayaks at Gelco Outdoors. And remember, a great day fishing begins at Gelco Outdoors, 4600 South Zero in Fort Smith.
The best TV experience in the nation is available locally with personal service from Wild World of Wireless, your neighborhood professional, Dish-authorized retailer. Dish has the Hopper 3, the most advanced DVR, and delivers a premium viewing experience. Tired of running out of DVR space? With the Hopper 3, you can record up to 2,000 hours of your favorite programming and watch your very own favorite channels and DVR recordings anywhere you go on your phone or tablet. Call now, Wild World of Wireless at 877-305-DISH for more details, or stop by our location at the corner of Phoenix and Rogers, or visit us online at shopwildnow.com.
Monthly equipment fees and other restrictions apply. Recording hours vary. 2,000 hours based on SD programming. Remote viewing requires internet connection and compatible mobile device.
Hi, I'm Kelly Smith, owner of Dixie Digital Imaging. Would printing from your phone or tablet make your life easier? Are you emailing files to yourself so that you can print them from your desktop or laptop? The Xerox VersaLink and AltaLink lines of network printers and multifunction printers will natively print using your phone's built-in capabilities. Apple AirPrint and Google Cloud Printing just work. To order yours today, give us a call at 783-6600 or visit dixiedigital.com. Dixie Digital Imaging, bringing document innovations to the River Valley.
Was your roof damaged by recent storms? Don't fall victim to out-of-town contractors and fly-by-night repairmen. Trust the local roofing professionals at Able Roofing. Call their local number, 474-0006, for a free roof inspection. Never trust something as important as the roofing system on your home to a storm chaser. Able Roofing, 474-0006, will work with your insurance company. Call now for your free roof inspection, 474-0006. Able Roofing, the hometown roofers.
Hi, this is Melissa, owner of True Grit Running Company. There's nothing scarier than foot pain. Whether you're suffering from plantar fasciitis, bunions, or maybe you're just sore from being on your feet all day, we have something that can help you. From braces and massage tools to inserts and game-changing shoes handpicked for you, we've got you covered. Don't let hurting feet spook you. Visit us at True Grit Running Company, 6808 Rogers Avenue, Suite B, behind Chick-fil-A.
Metal Mart offers high-quality prefabricated metal buildings, metal roofing, custom trim shop, carports, and more. They strive to be a company where contractors as well as do-it-yourselfers are welcome. Metal Mart assists you in calculating the materials needed to complete your project, all at a rate you can afford. Stop by 7320 Highway 271 South in Fort Smith or call 648-3342. You can also catch them online at metalmarts.com. Metal Mart, the right material for the right price.
Whole Hog Cafe in Fort Smith wants you to know dine-in service is now open, recognizing all state and CDC guidelines. Takeout and delivery service remains available as well. Whole Hog Cafe Fort Smith is also, until further notice, open Tuesday through Saturday from 11 a.m. till 6 p.m. The Whole Hog Cafe on Borough Road also has a drive-thru for your convenience. Call Whole Hog Cafe on Phoenix Avenue or Borough Road, or order online at wholehogfortsmith.com for your award-winning Memphis-style barbecue and sides.
ESPN 95.3. You're listening to Hog Reaction. Our special Razorback postgame coverage is presented by Bud Light.
All right, we got another 30 minutes or so left here to get your calls and texts in on Hog Reaction. 877-377-6963. That's SmackDown. Go ahead, SmackDown.
I was going to say, can I just mention one text? We got a text out of the 850. We got a guy listening. His name is Brian in Honolulu, Hawaii.
Yes.
Oh, my God. Hogs are worldwide. Prestige worldwide. It's Hog worldwide tonight.
It's the middle of the afternoon there, man. He's got plenty of time left to celebrate.
Brian, you got to. He probably has an umbrella drink going right now.
He better. He better. Why would you live in Hawaii otherwise? So let's go to Bobby in Cave Springs. Hi, Bobby. Thanks for holding through the break. You're next on Hog Reaction.
Hello, my friends. What a turnaround. What a coaching job.
No kidding.
I don't know that Chad Morris is as bad a coach as we thought he was. I don't know if Sam Pittman is as great a coach as we all think he is right now. But the staffs that the two coaches assembled are completely day and night. Mm-hmm. These guys that Sam Pittman has know what's going on, and Sam Pittman knows how to make it run and how to let those coaches do their job, and they want to work for him, and his players want to play for him. And I can't imagine how bad it would have been if we had taken either the Pirate or the Lane train and got them instead of Pittman. Thank goodness the right decision was made.
Bobby, you make a really good point, and how great is it to know that Sam Pittman has defeated two of the other first-year head coaches in the SEC, that a lot of folks would call in on these very airwaves and say, we need to get that guy. We need to get that guy. And he's got a shot to go 3-0 against first-year head coaches in the league later on in the Battle Line rivalry against Missouri.
Absolutely. So there was a mouthy Ole Miss fan that started being loud right at the start of the game. And your old friend Hog Noxious looked at his buddy Russ and said, I believe that may end up being a mistake. And sure enough, I had a few things to tell him towards the end of the game. Kept doing the Lane train. There was a little boy behind us, and I turned around to him in the fourth quarter. I said, didn't you say something about all the trash earlier? And he said, no. And then his mom said, yeah, because he had asked his mom why all the trash was flying around. And I said, he said, oh, yeah, I was talking about the trash. And I said, well, it's been over there on the other sidelines in the white jersey the whole game.
Oh, Bobby.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Bobby bringing the heat.
Way to go,
we had a good time today.
It sounds like you did.
Boys, it's good to be a Hog football fan right now.
You got that right, my friend. Thanks for the call in, Bobby.
Thank you, man.
I love how he calls himself Bobby when he calls in, but we all know who that is. That's the one and only Hog Noxious. Did you remind him about the booger-eating pitcher at the same time?
I forgot about that.
Can we remind them of that, too? Let's go to Wally in Bentonville. Hi, Wally. You're next on Hog Reaction.
Hey, guys. I just wanted to say, first and foremost, great win today by the Razorbacks. But I think what it points out, and I'm not one that gets into scheme and stats and formations and all those stuff in sports, but what I do look at is psychology and leadership, right? And when you look at the state of Arkansas and the resources that we have and what the University of Arkansas has, we really shouldn't be as good as we are in all the sports that we're good at. We shouldn't. We perform above our pay grade. And the reason for that is leadership. You've got dynamic leaders up and down the board that don't care that we're Arkansas. You've got Mike Neighbors. You've got Colby Hale. You've got Shauna Estes Taylor. You've got Courtney Deifel. You've got Eric Musselman. You've got Dave Van Horn. You've got Chris Buckman, and you've got Lance Hart, right?
Sounds like you just ticked off every single head coach on campus. Well done.
We have all these examples of what great leaders can do, even with the limited resources of the University of Arkansas. And the talent pool, honestly, that we have to draw from the state of Arkansas. And so it was an embarrassing when you have this many examples of great coaches and one example of poor leadership. And that's the biggest explanation and the easiest for why we were able to turn it around so quickly. They didn't all of a sudden recruit all this new talent. They've got some better schemes and they're better prepared. But again, it all boils down to confidence and a belief in yourself that you can achieve something that everybody says you can achieve. And what is that? That is a core of leadership, is it not? Is that
it's
not
definitely part of it?
Of leadership, motivation, and a belief in yourself. And so when you take out a negative and then add a positive, it's just like when Houston Nutt took over for Danny Ford. He flipped that switch pretty quick because he said, hey, we're Arkansas. We're proud of Arkansas. And the guys performed likewise, So it's just an example of what a change in attitude can do. And look at what that change from the head coach's attitude has even done to the fans. The coach isn't bad-mouthing his own players anymore and saying we got to get more talent this or that, right? And the fans believe in it too. And so it's great, it's awesome, and that's why you're seeing these results and everybody happy again. But again, it's a crying shame that we had to put up with what we did for 2 years and get to that point. It is. it's almost fraudulent. In the business world, you'd be fired and you'd never be able to get another job again if you ran a business into the ground. But thank God, someone had the foresight to hire someone who had a belief in himself and an ego in check that I'll hire coaches, and I don't care if they get all the attention, because Barry Odom's getting a lot of damn attention right now. And do you think that bothers Sam Pittman one bit? I don't think it does, because Barry Odom's earning his pay. So great that we've got these great leaders in place all across the board now. And the only thing I have to say is it's a shame that we can't have 76,000 plus fans enjoying this, and hopefully next year we can. Thanks, guys.
Thanks for the call.
It's a good point at the end there, and I also can't speak for all of the head coaches on campus, but I do know for a fact, because he said it a number of times, Sam Pittman's dream job, he has it right now. Mike Neighbors' dream job, he has it right now. Dave Van Horn's dream job, he has it right now. Wally says they don't care that it's Arkansas, and his point is that they're never going to use what you might view as limited resources and being in a smaller state and all of that as being with one foot in the hole. They have this job because it's Arkansas, because it means something to them. And I think that is reflected as well in the way their players play for them. Even those who don't come from Arkansas end up with ridiculous amounts of pride in this state. And a lot of it has to do with the people that are in the leadership positions that they're in, no doubt. One more call before this upcoming break, 877-377-6963 for calls and text on Hog Reaction. Michael in Plano. Hey, Michael, how are you?
Hey, man, I'm good. How you doing?
Doing great. Having fun today.
Hey, man, how about them Hogs?
It's fun to watch that. That's for sure.
So, man, I really wanted to talk about this. Barry Odom is doing a great job. Everybody's already talked about that. I'll just say it too. It doesn't matter who he puts out there; those guys just step up. He put Woodard Jackson in today. We do, walk on and Simeon Blair, a former walk on Simeon Blair is playing. A true freshman in Kari Johnson, Hudson Clark, a walk on, and all those guys just succeed because they got a great grand plan. And Barry Odom's doing a great job. But I want to talk about two players that haven't necessarily done a good job. And that's, number one is Julius Coates. I mean, we heard a lot during the offseason. They were talking about how Julius Coates couldn't be blocked. And he started off as a starter, but now it seems like he may have fell out of favor with the coaches because he's not starting now. And he showed a little flash today with that sack today of what they were talking about, explosiveness. But he's got to be more consistent. I was expecting a little bit more from him, and I want to see him kind of do that on a more consistent basis. And the second guy I'll talk about is Trey Knox. I'm very disappointed in what Trey Knox has been doing. I don't know if you noticed, but last week he didn't have a single catch.
He had a drop, and he had that 2-point conversion that was huge.
Yeah, and he had a drop on the 2-point conversion. So, I mean, you can't start the game and be a starter and not have a single catch today. And meanwhile, Traylon Burks today had 11 catches for over 100 yards. And Devion Warren did an excellent job of holding us down at receiver while Burks is out. If it hadn't been for Devion Warren, I don't know where we'd be right now. I mean, that offense would be looking needed right now. But, this guy goes in the starter in 2 games. He had a single catch. And last week, they played on a rainy field. And if you go back and watch, at the end of the game, he had a clean jersey. He hadn't touched the ground not once. He absolutely disappeared during the game. And something needs to be done about that. And I don't know what needs to be done, but I need to see more production out of Trey Knox. So, anyway, guys, thanks for taking my call, man.
Absolutely, Michael. That's a good phone call. I thought Coach played well today. I mean, a guy that wasn't in there for every single play, and I'd be interested to look at the snap count. But 4 tackles, he did get the sack. He had a couple of solo tackles. But you also have some other guys on that defensive line or jack position as well that I think they want to get not just looks at, but want to get out there and let them play. Not the least of which would be Eric Gregory, Zach Williams, and they give you reasons why. But I thought Coates was fine today. Trey Knox, that's a disappearing act right now. I know he was barely out there at all today, and that would be 2 weeks in a row with no catches for somebody that I think you would have thought would be a vital cog in this offense right now. Okay, we'll step aside for a break, come back on Hog Reaction. We've just got a few minutes left for your calls and texts. 877-377-6963 on Hog Reaction as Arkansas wins 33-21. Right back.
This is Hog Football Reaction. Streaming live now from hitthatline.com.
Randall Ford is excited to announce their state-of-the-art mobile service van, stocked with all the latest tools and technology needed to service your vehicle. Everything from oil changes, warranty repair, battery, software updates, brake jobs, and so much more. All is done with your convenience and safety in mind. We'll come to your office or home to provide professional service the Randall Ford way. Stop by today at Randall Ford, 5500 Rogers Avenue, or check us out online 24/7. RandallFord.com. Ford, the #1 selling brand in America.
Napa know-how. At Napa, you can buy a 5-quart jug of Mobil 1 full synthetic motor oil for just $27.99. And as a bonus, you'll score a $10 gift card by mail-in rebate. That's like a cherry on top of the cherry on top of your oil change. So get $10 back by mail when you buy a jug of Mobil 1. Quality parts, helpful people. That's Napa know-how.
Napa know-how.
General states pricing. Sales price does not include applicable state, local taxes, or recycling fees. Offer ends 10/31/20.
When you want a beer, you go to a bar. When you want top shelf spirits, wines, handcrafted cocktails, and cigars in an atmosphere befitting a destination, you go to 906 Cocktail and Cigar Lounge. Try our new menu items, including fish and chips, classic club sandwiches, Caesar and Cobb salads, or stick to your favorites. Dine in or carry out. Enjoy our state-of-the-art air filtration system. 906 Cocktail and Cigar Lounge, defining nightlife in downtown Fort Smith. Doors open at 4 Tuesday through Saturday.
This year's Value Bonanza sales event at Alma Tractor and Alma gives you more ways to save. Choose 0% financing, cash back, and more on select New Holland tractors, hay and forage products, and material handling equipment. These offers end December 31st, so make the trip to Alma Tractor and Equipment in Alma today. You get more choices and more savings when you buy during Value Bonanza.
For commercial use only, customer participation subject to credit qualification with CNH Industrial Capital America LLC approval. Standard terms, conditions, and other restrictions apply. Down payment may be required.
Hi, this is Lindsay White with White Office Machines. For over 90 years, my family's been serving the greater Fort Smith region with the image industry's newest technologies, as well as providing superior customer service through long-term business relationships. As the area's only authorized Kyocera document solutions dealer, White Office Machines provides the best value with high-speed copiers and the latest multifunction printers. Stop by our office in downtown Fort Smith or in Russellville. Follow us on Facebook or go to whiteoffice.com.
White Office Machines since 1929.
Are you ready to take the next step? Want to make real money? How about averaging $2,800 per week? United Welding Institute is accepting new students to shape into high-paid career welders. Graduates of United Welding Institute find great-paying jobs in the oil field, power plants, refineries, pipelines, and more. United Welding Institute in Pottsville, Arkansas has been training professional field-tested welders since 2013. Change your life and call 479-968-3390 or visit UnitedWeldingInstitute.com.
Do you have sleep apnea? Are you tired of dealing with a CPAP every night? The noise, the constant cleaning, your wife telling you she can't take the noise anymore. Dr. Bo Sparkman at Family Dental Care of Fort Smith can help you with sleep apnea with a custom dental appliance that allows you to get rid of that annoying CPAP. Dr. Sparkman has years of experience and has treated hundreds of patients just like you. Call for your appointment today, 785-1419. That's 785-1419. Get rid of your CPAP with Family Dental Care of Fort Smith.
With over 40 years combined experience, the team at the law offices of Craig L. Cook understand the definition of work. Real work. Working for you. Whether you've been injured in an auto accident, on the job, a victim of nursing home negligence, or need help navigating bankruptcy, Social Security, wills, trusts, estates, or family law issues, Craig Cook will go to work for you. Call us today, 479-783-8000. The law offices of Craig L. Cook, with locations in Arkansas and Oklahoma. We work for working people.
Winter is just around the corner. At AOG, we realize some customers are facing new challenges because of the pandemic. We're here to help. Our customer service team can offer you a wide array of payment options or direct you to utility payment assistance agencies in your area for help. Please call us at 1-800-842-5690 or visit AOGC.com. Thank you for being a valued AOG customer. We're all in this together.
I want barbecue that's sliced thick, smoked long, and so tender it melts in your mouth. Sides that will fill me up like a twice-baked potato, baked beans, hand-cut fries, okra, Texas toast. You know what I'm talking about? A restaurant where the whole family can go and get a great meal for a great price. where the owner actually comes to your table to make sure everything tastes great. I'll tell you what I want. I want Jerry Neal's.
ESPN 95.3. You're listening to Hog Reaction. Our special Razorback postgame coverage is presented by Bud Light.
All right, just a few moments left to get in your reactions here on Hog Reaction. 877-377-6963. I've had the Alabama-Georgia game on mute here in the studio, so I haven't heard the halftime show or anything. Apparently, the CBS guys have referred to the Hogs as a 3-1 team. As SEC Network analysts have done the same thing. You got media members rooting for this team now openly. That's kind of fun to feel like you're the belle of the ball, sort of.
Absolutely. I mean, you're like you said, it's the underdog story. And to this point, I mean, if Arkansas continues to win and shows improvement, it should be a runaway vote to put Sam Pittman as Coach of the Year, don't you think? If everything keeps trending in the right way, which I don't want to jump the broom yet, but I mean, to this point, what other coach in the SEC has earned it?
Short list, man. He's on the short list. I don't think there's any doubt. Boy, these next 2 weeks ought to be interesting. Because you basically have a week to celebrate. But let me step back for a quick moment here. I remember us on you and me, SmackDown, on halftime. We, about 2 months ago, looked ahead and said, you know what, there's a really good shot that this team could be 2-2 going into the bye week, and that the wins could come against Ole Miss and against Mississippi State. Little did we know that they should have had a win against Auburn, too. But I think there were a lot of folks who thought maybe this team could do 2-2 going into the bye week, and then put yourself in a situation where you can end that losing streak against Texas A&M. So, I mean, does that mean this team has met anybody's expectations in that sense? I don't know if I expected this team to look so tough.
Yes.
I don't know if I expected this team to be defensively oriented, really. I thought this would be more of an offensively oriented team.
Having to outscore everybody.
Yes. I don't think what's mind-blowing here is that they have legitimately imposed their will on two offenses that were just the week before running laps against brand name defenses in the SEC. Look, and I know LSU is not the same LSU as last year or previous seasons. And maybe Alabama's defense isn't as good as recent years, but that's still LSU and Alabama. And Arkansas just took those two opponents that ran track meets against Bama and LSU and ground them to an absolute halt.
Yeah.
It's incredible. You've got playmakers on both sides of the field, too, here. And it's important to point out just how much Traylon Burks has exploded onto the scene now. Because this catch that he made for the touchdown in the corner of the end zone, the one-handed, one-foot catch, looking like a ballerina, like a ballet dancer, is going to be replayed all day tomorrow, and that's going to be on that you got Moss segment with Randy Moss.
Damn, it sure ought to be.
Traylon Burks is going to be someone that is now a dude in college football. You knew that if you're a Razorback fan, because I think you've been waiting for him to break out. But now a lot of other college football fans that might not know much about younger players that have a lot of talent but haven't broken out yet. Now you got your dude. He really is. He's incredible.
Let's go to the phone lines real quick before we wrap up. We got PA in Texarkana on the line.
Hey, PA, good to hear you again, man. How are you?
All right, how are you doing? Just wanted to say what this team really needed was a sense of when those kids they would run through a wall for their current coach because he gives a damn. Excuse my language. And it's not fake. It's not coach speak. It's the real deal, and they can tell that. The last 2 years, they knew their coach was flying every Friday afternoon to Love Field in Dallas, to watch his son play football every Friday night, which is okay, I guess. I don't know if it's okay when somebody's paying you almost $4 million to coach your football team, but nevertheless, those boys knew that they were being left sequestered in a hotel by themselves. And now it's like they have the father figure and along with us coach that they never had the last 2 years, and they're playing like a family. And I know that sounds hokey, corny, however you want to say it, but it makes a difference. You got to remember, those boys are just 18, 19, 20 years old. They're not grown men. And to have somebody around that really gives a damn, and they know that he gives a damn, makes a big difference. Thank you, guys.
Couldn't say it better.
You got it, PA. Thank you for that phone call. And yes, the team bought into the coach because the moment the coach showed up, he told them that he bought into them. That's what it seemed to me. He chose them. That's what he told them. That's what he told them. And when the first thing you hear from a person that's coming into a brand new situation that inherited you, when you hear from them, I chose you, I think you can buy in. I think I've bought in.
I'm in.
I'm a natural skeptic. Hosted a talk show for a college football program. I've bought in now, and I think I think all of our callers today have done the same thing. I think Razorback fans have bought in. You SmackDown have bought in, that's for sure.
I'm bought in. I'm ready to rock and roll, and let's enjoy this bye week. Get these kids healthy, and let's go beat Texas A&M.
All right, thanks for all your calls and texts. Also, thanks to ESPN 99.5 and all of our affiliates on ESPN Arkansas. Hogs win it 33-21. This has been Hog Reaction.
Teamed up to bring you special pricing on all Kubota cab tractors to help you keep cool during your hay baling and brush hogging activities. And if you're looking at cleanup from the recent storm,